Top story. Vladimir Putin atomic booty dropped directly on Joe Biden's plastic face. Surprise, surprise, Megatronald Starscream Trumptimus Trump said it best.
Well, I guess the overall is we didn't get anything. We gave a very big stage to Russia, and we got nothing.
Yeah, come on. Trump was way tougher. He gave Putin everything he wanted, knowing it would spoil him, and he'd never develop feelings of self-worth. Now, here to agree with me is Democratic Congresswoman Veronica Escobar of Texas. Thank you for joining us, Congresswoman.
So good to be with you.
Of course. Congresswoman, can you speak to the importance of nationalist political masculinity theater?
You know, I'm so proud of our President Joe Biden. We finally have a commander-in-chief willing to stand up to Russia and stand for America. And it's not surprising at all that the former guy is a little upset. He was used to delivering everything that Putin wanted, but America is back, and I couldn't be prouder.
It's disgusting that Biden came out the lesser man, exactly like my ideology required me to conclude he would before this summit even happened.
Well, kudos to Joe Biden for lashing out at a female reporter, but I suspect it was only because Trump's spirit had taken over Biden's body. Later, when Biden apologized, I realized I was wrong. And to rebuild my shattered confidence, completely trashed a toy store.
Wow, glad you're feeling better there, Keen. Now, as per usual, Donaldius J.S. Trump Raider Augustus, his most glorious Russell Crowe Americanus, was on a roll, moving on to call out Biden for de-Picassoing the most secure border to have never actually been finished in history.
We had the most secure border in the history of our country, southern border. In the history of our country, it's never been so good. It was hard getting it there because we had to win lots of lawsuits. And that included on the wall. The wall would have been finished within months. All of the material is sitting right there, rotting.
You listening, Joe? We have to build the wall before the material's expiration date. There's starving people in other countries who would love to eat that wall. Now, Congresswoman, when Trump tours the Texas border on June 30th, will you provide a long enough extension cord so he can plug his hairdryer directly into the last functioning section of your electrical grid?
Well, unfortunately, if President Trump does make the trip to Texas, he will have to make sure that he doesn't turn the lights on, because we have a governor who has failed to deliver even on fundamental electricity for Texans. My hope is that Governor Greg Abbott and former President Donald Trump invite Ted Cruz to their journey to the border, and I hope they continue all the way down south to Cancun.
Burn.
Of course the Congresswoman doesn't want Trump to come to the border, because she'll never win the fight over who gets to lick the Aquanet residue from the inside of his hard hat.
Now, moving on. Despite the effort of 14 brave House Republicans fighting valiantly to seem like the biggest assholes in human history, Joe Biden signed Juneteenth National Independence Day into law. But luckily, Texas knows that examining American history has no place in American history class and just passed a bill saying teachers may not require or make part of a course the concept that an individual should feel discomfort, guilt, anguish, or any other form of psychological distress on account of the individual's race or sex. Damn right, we're fighting back against the left's coddling agenda by writing a law saying no one can feel bad about themselves. Congresswoman, won't shoving school children's faces into the septic pits of our history give them intellectual pink eye?
You know, teaching history is so critical. It's important to understand everything that happened historically so that we're not doomed to repeat it. You know that saying?
Nope.
But it appears that Texas leaders want us to not know about the atrocities of the past, perhaps because they want to continue atrocities of the past.
Screw that. I'm essentially good and don't need to reflect on myself. Teacher, Congresswoman.
It's Pride Month, a reminder that you should be accepted even if you're a completely sheltered white person who doesn't want to learn about the system providing that very shelter.
Well, you'll notice that I did go last in making my comment here, and I think that proves we do not have a race problem ever in any parts of our country.
Really
That's right.
smart.
Now, Congresswoman, is that Matt Gaetz screaming behind you?
Yes, it is.
Wow, wait, can you bring him up?
I'd rather not.
Wait, can you make out what he's saying?
I can't tell over his yelling.
Do a baby voice, he'll sprint up. Moving on. Tonight's show has been fun and games, but we need to talk about something serious. In a cruel-hearted attack on the happiness and well-being of Tyler, Victoria's Secret has done away with their world-famous supermodel angels. In their place, Victoria's Secret has launched a campaign with high-profile women known for their accomplishments rather than their figures. Soccer star Megan Rapinoe, freestyle skier Eileen Gu, actress Priyanka Chopra Jonas, transgender model Valentina Sampaio are among among those to spearhead the campaign. You killed the angels, you monsters! How dare you tarnish the noble corporation that funded Jeffrey Epstein's awesome shenanigans? Congresswoman, this is a slippery slope to women being treated as equal members of society. What are you doing to slow this down?
I am a proud co-chair of the Democratic Women's Caucus, and we work hard every day to uplift women's voices, and women of all kinds, shapes, sizes, you name it, need to be celebrated. Our uniqueness and our power and our potential. And lo and behold, women of all types actually wear underwear. So I think Victoria's Secret is addressing that need.
Can't women just be happy with being second-class citizens owned by men who make their lives a living hell?
Where do we expect supermodels to go now that they will be utilized by one less company?
I guess the only upside here is that now sexism is cured and we can move on to bigger things, like how to cut my damn toes apart.
There's obviously a huge hole in the oiled-up underboob market now, which is why I'm proud to announce Hot Take's new lingerie line, Tyler Toria's Secret. All the bras are designed for the body proportions of the sexiest woman on earth, my mom.